You are now listening to Regular Guys Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I knew you knew it was coming. Episode 10. We are finally here. It feels like we've been doing this for a while. I don't know about you guys. I don't know about you, Jake. It kind of feels like we've been doing this for a year, but it's only 10 episodes. It feels like
Yeah.
100. But we're here. We got a special guest, the man, the myth, White Lightning himself, Mr.
Facts.
Micah Bankard. Bankard, tell the people what is good, man.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me. I'm excited. It's something new for me, but I'm here. I'm ready.
Yeah, Micah is one of you guys. He's a regular. Listens to the show every week. We appreciate him, so it was only right to have him on. You might want to, listen. We're gonna be talking hockey. I know it's a little different, but hey, why not? Why not get a little different? But I'm also here joined by Jake himself. Jake, tell the people what's good.
What's up, guys? So, episode 10, technically 11 episodes if you want to count that test podcast for
If you know.
those.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
you.
if you
know
know,
about
you
this.
know. Yeah, let's just put it that way. But 10
Yeah.
episodes, and it's not going to stop here. Like we said, we're going to continue to grow with you guys, and we hope to have maybe some other guests in the future. Micah is very good on hockey, so if you have any other sports, reach out to us.
Yeah,
Never know.
man. Our breakdown, gentlemen, and for those of you who are watching, our theme for the show is 3 players you would start a team with. So, of course, that's how we will start off the NFL. Again, not really much off-topic news or not any at all as far as NFL-wise, so we decided to spice it up. We're going to explore a different sport, which is why we brought up hockey. And what better way than to bring in someone who watches hockey pretty on the regular, knows the inside and out, the rules and such. So Mike is going to break down some rules, who's the Patrick Mahomes, LeBron, Michael Jordan of hockey, why we should watch hockey, stuff like that, and kind of get us our appetites wet for the Stanley Cup. And also, too, we'll continue on with our theme in the NBA after a halftime break of 3 players you would start a team with. We know we missed last week, so we'll give our recap of second round, kind of what our final thoughts were is with that. And then we, instead of doing 3 words, because there's only 2 games, 2 series going on right now in the NBA, me and Jake will give our thoughts, our remaining predictions on the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals. And we got a lot of off-topic stuff with players being happy, players being moved, coaches finding new jobs. And of course, we'll end it off with your favorite and our favorite, the hype. So, gentlemen, to get us on the way, I feel like we should do rock, paper, scissors, shoot. See who starts first. All right, this is the first. Everybody ready?
Oh, we doing this?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
just do
I
rock.
bet.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Just wait. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, Mike is out. All right, so Mike's gonna go last. All right, here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Hey, I get to go first. Let's get it.
Bet.
Again, for those of you watching us on YouTube, you get to see that. I wouldn't say live, but you do get to see us playing rock, paper, scissors, shoot. It's a first. But NFL theme, 3 players you would start a team with. So Chris Ballard of the Indianapolis Colts has been fired. They have hired Matty Ice himself. I know, what a great move. I get to pick 3 players to come join me along my journey. I'm going to start in the trenches. This is a no-brainer. If you know me, I'm a big Quentin Nelson fan. So Quentin Nelson will be my first person. We've all watched the Super Bowl. I can't have my quarterback back there throwing from his knees, doing yoga, positions. I can't have it. I need a guy who can play. Granted, he's a guard, but if I need to, Big Q can play just about any position, realistically. So that's where I'm going to start. Next, I'm going to go on the other side of the ball, and I'm staying in the trenches. I'm going with Aaron Donald. I want the best offensive lineman, and I want the best defensive lineman because, again, Super Bowl, that's the goal. games are won in the trenches. So, yeah, Aaron Donald, I think, is like 30. Hey, it's all right. I mean, we'll prolong your career. We'll dip you in the fountain of youth, so to speak. And for my last pick, I feel like going Mahomes was too easy. And maybe you would say, well, this guy, yes, it's not that hard, to pick him either. I'm going to go with Deshaun. I'm going to go with Deshaun Watson. So I have my cornerstone piece at offensive lineman with Big Q. I have my defensive lineman who will demand double teams, maybe even triple teams, which should free up the rest of my defensive line. And I have a guy who, with, as we've seen with the Houston Texans and bad talent all around him, still makes plays. Now, obviously, I'm not going to surround you, Deshaun, if you're listening, because I know you are. I'm not going to surround you with bad talent, but just know you will be surrounded with some good talent, good offensive line piece already. So that's what I plan on going with. Excuse me. And before we go on to the next one, we're going to do a little bit of a twist on this. So if you've paid attention to our stories, paid attention to our Instagram, you've seen a bigger difference with our posts. They look cleaner. They look more professional, if you will. We are going to put our three players we would start a team with on our story on Monday or Tuesday, one of the two. And we want you guys to vote. All right. So Monday, Tuesday, you'll hear my big three, you'll hear Micah's big three, Jacob's big three, and you guys let us know who you like. So that's who I have as my three players I would start a team with. Jake, hit us with your three, man.
All right, so for my three, I'm gonna go. Okay, so I went youth, but also on the side of super talented, and we saw this past season. So I'm gonna go, DK Metcalf at wide receiver. He's a mismatch. He runs like Hill, but he has the body frame of a mini Megatron. So that's just a mismatch all over the field. And then you need to get to the quarterback. That's going to help your set. You can have a suspect secondary if you have the rushing for the defense. So I'm going to go Chase Young, who had an incredible rookie year. Like he's phenomenal. He's super young. So why not have a guy off the edge just demolish almost any offensive lineman? I had Mahomes, but you make it seem like a cheap pick. Like it's like, you can't really pick that one.
Nah, bro. I mean, you can do
But
what you want. It's all good. There's nothing wrong with it.
tell me a quarterback, 24, that's 24 years old, that's as good as Mahomes and can technically get better.
Deshaun.
Was
Deshaun
that
is
ring
probably
though?
the only one. Deshaun is probably the only one. Yeah, I agree with you. Ring definitely, but just off of pure talent. And
Yeah,
not to take anything away from Mahomes, because I feel like Mahomes could also take the Houston Texans roster and still be good.
hmm
But I mean, the best weapon we've seen Deshaun play with is now in Arizona.
I mean, Mahomes' second season of starting is when he actually started to read the defense. I don't know if
Yeah,
you remember when that article came out. His
yeah,
first actual rookie season, which was his second year in the league, he didn't really know how to read a defense that well,
and still
and
won
he
Super Bowl,
shredded. Yeah, and he destroyed he destroyed the NFL.
Super
So
Bowl, and MVP. It's crazy.
yeah, so I would pick those three because you give Mahomes his weapon, which he doesn't really need everything. I mean, he just has Tyreek Hill and Kelsey,
Yeah,
but you give him a DK, which is a good mix of both size and speed, and then you have your Chase Young. You can really build your defense around that too. So I went more young with also the capability of still being really, really good.
yeah. Surprisingly, the only one I don't necessarily agree with, and it's I don't know necessarily why is he was on my fantasy team, is Sir Drops a lot, Metcalf. I feel you on his potential. The
hmm
potential is of Megatron. The build is Megatron. The speed,
Yeah,
everything is Megatron. I guess just drop less and I'm 100% there. I mean, it's still not a bad pick because of youth. Like I get
that's
that.
where I went. I went because I'm building a team, so I'm starting off
Yeah.
with three guys. I want
Yeah.
guys that I can actually take my time and build talent around them.
Yeah. I
Because
get
if I
that.
go too old, then I'm gonna have to rebuild again while I'm still trying to build the rest of the team.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that. Yeah, I get that. There's nothing wrong with that. So,
Hey, I gifted you Metcalf last year too.
oh
Oh yeah,
yes,
yeah. We have to have Mike on for when we do the
for
fantasy
those of
football
you,
talks.
for those of you watching, we're all in a fantasy league together. Um, yeah, there's a lot of trade talk between the three of us here.
I love trading.
Yeah, man. For you who are watching who don't know, my fantasy team name starts out every year as Sir Trades a Lot. Why? Because I trades a lot. That's all you need to know. But yeah, man, I forgot about that. Bank really did give me what did I give you, Gordon?
You gave me Melvin Gordon.
Oof. Yeah, I won that
I
trade.
was in dire need of a running back though,
You were, and
Yeah.
I needed
and
a receiver too.
I had so many receivers.
Yeah. Yeah,
Still
no.
backfired.
Yeah, still backfired. It's all right. I mean, at least
Whatever.
you didn't have like the laughing stock trade of the year. But hey.
Exactly.
At least he didn't keep Chubb over Drake.
Oh no.
That would have been
Dang.
bad.
Geez, shots fired.
Yep.
But moving on to Mr. Micah. Micah, let us know your 3 players you would start your NFL team with.
All right. So I kind of followed Jake's form of team building on this. I went youth, and I actually also started with Chase Young.
Wow,
I
okay.
figured as
That's
a,
nice.
I actually went, I think I went rookies all the way. Yeah.
Nice.
Chase Young, he had 8 sacks, 7.5 sacks last year as a rookie. I mean, he's
That's
22
good.
years old. He's gonna be in the league for another 10 years, killing it. My next one, Justin Jefferson. It was kind
Wow.
of a toss up between DK and Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson put up better numbers the past year. He had 1,400 yards, like 8 touchdowns or 7 touchdowns
Yeah.
with Kirk Cousins. Give
Yeah.
him, give him a quarterback,
You like that.
and I think he could be. We like that. He could be really good, and he's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
Um, so I got my defense. I got my receiver, and
Oh no.
you know,
You better not say Tua.
Oh no.
it's Tua. I'm
Oh
Oh
taking
no.
Tua.
no.
I'm starting with
Oh,
Tua.
Oh god.
he's Tua
Tua,
What was
legit to
that report
play.
that came out of OTAs
bring
about Tua?
bring it on. Bring it on right now. Tua.
No.
Okay, I'll go over that. Tuesday.
No.
Tuesday. Tua threw 5 interceptions.
Oh no.
Did you read the report?
No, I just saw that and I just like,
I
well,
did not.
Exactly. That's what everyone did. And they were like, oh my God, he's terrible. Tua threw 5 interceptions in a monsoon rain. And they said they were testing his limits on his throwing arm, seeing where he could fit the ball in because they wanted him to do it in practice instead of do it in
In a
a
game.
game. They said when you're lined up on the outside hash and you got to throw a 10-yard out to Waddle,
Yeah.
they want to see, can you do it now instead of like lining up in a game, like
trying to
I wonder
figure it
if I
out.
can, yeah, can I make that throw right now? So that was like his big thing.
I'll give you
Next
that
day,
one.
next day he threw 6 touchdowns. No one
Oh,
cared.
so he was
He
Jordan
was
Love,
perfect.
basically.
Yes. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Basically Jordan Love. One moment
Jordan Love,
they
yeah.
hate you, next moment he's the next
But the thing
He's
is,
the
Miami
next
doesn't hate Tua.
John. That is
no.
true. I don't think Packers fans besides Jordan hate Tua. Jordan Love to be real with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I've talked to one Packers fan besides Jordan, and he honestly says, "Well, I mean, I can't really give you anything because we haven't seen him play," which is what you honestly should be saying. I mean, I get the
Mhm.
practice thing, so it's not like, "Oh man, Tua throws 5 interceptions, sound the alarm." Nah,
Yeah.
I mean, like I get that. Test it now. If he can't throw a 10-yard out on the other side of the hash, you
Mhm.
take it out of your playbook because he can't compete that. You want him to succeed. So I
Right.
get that. I don't know if I would have put him in mine, but
It was kind of like a homer pick, but also like
I feel you.
I think
Yeah,
he's gonna be.
you pick Big Q,
Yeah.
Matt.
I mean, but it's Big Q. Big Q's the best offensive lineman.
No, David Bakhtiari.
Is
Let me get him.
I would have
what?
taken
Who?
like a tackle,
Nah,
maybe
bro.
on a
I mean, who are you
guard. But
choosing, Tua or Big Q?
Tua.
Hey, come on, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the positional value. Who are you gonna?
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
Goodness gracious. I don't know what.
But yeah, that's mine.
That's
His
a
upside is gonna be it.
solid big three. Justin Jefferson is super nice. Route running is super crisp.
Mhm.
If I'm not mistaken, PJ might be able to let us know later on. But I think the records I think he broke Randy Moss's rookie records, if I'm not mistaken. I think he
Dang.
broke 2 of them.
Yeah, he had a monster season. It was
Yeah, with Kirk,
insane.
who
Yeah.
is an okay guy, okay
Mhm.
quarterback at best. So
I'm
yeah, I
not
get
gonna lie,
it.
I completely forgot about Justin Jefferson, and then Micah brought him up, and I was like, wow,
Yeah,
Dang.
I
that's an
completely.
insane pick.
Yeah,
and all my dudes are under rookie contracts.
Yeah,
When Mahomes is having his $500 million contract,
Jesus.
oof.
like you're trying to build a team
About it,
off
bro.
that. I'm building a team, and Tua is getting paid like $1 million this
Yeah,
year.
see, that's smart. See, you thought Cap, so did I.
Cap.
Donald
no.
already got paid. Watson already
Yeah.
got paid. I have 1 more year to pay until I got to pay Nelson. So I'm
Bro,
perfectly fine with that.
My
Aaron
cap
Donald's
is
about to
Mahomes.
retire. That's
Yeah,
true.
your Cap is small.
My cap is Mahomes. That's it.
If there was one person I could switch out, I probably would have switched out Chase for Aaron Donald because of the potential. I guess the only reason why I went Donald is because I want to win now. And
hmm
like, not saying that Chase won't ever get double teamed. I'm sure we'll see some of him getting doubled this year, or maybe not. I mean, because their defensive line and whole, football team is pretty solid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I doubt we'll really see him get double teamed, but those aren't bad. I'm not choosing Tua, bro. Get out.
Yeah, I mean, you have Jonathan Allen and Matthew Ioannidis
Yeah,
on that line, and Montez Sweat.
yeah, but yeah, I'm still not going to over Herbert and Burrow. Get out
Hey,
here,
you
bro.
just wait, dude. Just wait.
Get out here, bro.
Dang, Herbert is
Yeah, bro.
that's
If
a
anything, I
that's a
go
nice
Herbert. I
quarterback.
go Herbert
Bro.
over Tua, bro. I think this is Tua's year to prove us wrong. But
It's
I
gonna
you
think
be.
Tua,
guys,
I
You
think
just wait.
Tua will be a good quarterback.
I know I am
He'll
rooting
be
for him.
good.
Don't get me wrong. But I do hope that when the Indianapolis Colts come down to Miami, he throws the 5 picks. But
Just a repeat of that report.
and just go ahead and
Yeah.
repeat that. All
Are
pick
you going to
sixes.
that game?
I really want to. I'm going
Yeah.
to see if I can. It would be super sweet to go. I've been to the stadium. It was to watch the Chargers play. They played Miami back when
Was it like
Uncle
recent?
Phil.
Was
Were
it
you there
after the
when the roof?
remodel?
Yeah, when the roof was on.
I think it was before the roof.
Yeah, it's a big deal to
Yeah.
have the
Yeah, that
shade.
stadium, I
Yeah, it
love
was
it.
before.
It is
It's so
such a
nice.
nice stadium. Yeah.
Yeah, this is when Philip Rivers was still there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Dude, I went to a game there 4 years ago now. I
mm,
think it was the first season they put the roof on. My parents were sitting upper deck against the Cardinals. It's pouring rain and they're
Yeah.
dry. I'm in like row 5
drenched.
getting destroyed with rain.
Jeez.
That's the game Tannehill tore his ACL.
Oh no, I was going
It
to
was
ask, did they at least
crazy.
win? But
They did win in
okay, that's
overtime.
good. Oh,
And
but
I don't, it must have been Matt Moore came in and won the game, but yeah,
yeah.
sad.
Dang.
Okay. That's not bad. So you guys let us know in the comments who do you like? Who's your big three? Who are you starting an NFL team with? Who are you starting your favorite NFL team with? Like I said, come Monday or Tuesday, it'll probably be Tuesday. We will release each of our top threes, and we will let you guys vote. Are you rocking with Tua throwing to Jefferson while Chase Young chase down your favorite quarterback? Or do you want the Golden Boy's arm with baby Megatron and Chase? Or do you want Mr. Rockstar Deshaun Watson being, blocked by Big Q as he pancakes some guy and Aaron Donald breathing down your neck? So you guys let us know in the comments. Again, we'll let you guys vote. But again, as we mentioned at the beginning of our show, instead of going off topic, we are going to, I guess we should probably find a name for this. Why not say off sport? But yeah, we're going off sport. We're going to talk hockey. Now, I personally, I've never had anything against hockey. I've just never gotten into it. So Micah is going to help us. He's going to help me and Jake. He's going to help for the regulars who are listening on this beautiful Monday morning that you are listening to us, watching us from. See why we should watch hockey. So first, Micah, if you could just break through the rules of the game. I know there's so many different rules here. At first I thought it was everyone's just skating freely and this and that, but apparently there's more to it, or where you can, I don't know. So I'll let you take it over, man.
All right. That's a very broad. You're giving me a lot to work with.
But we
So
believe
I'll try to wrangle it in for you a little bit. So you got 5-on-5 with your two goalies, so it's 6-on-6. Basically, you've got your forwards, your defensemen, and then it's so hard to explain on a podcast. Okay, so the pressure's on. So there's two blue lines. There's two blue lines on the ice. So if you're offensively trying to score, you're moving the puck forward, you cross that blue line. Say we're on a team right now, the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
If I have the puck, I have to cross the blue line first. And now we are in the zone to score. Say Jake is across the blue line, and then I come across the puck, offsides. Just like NFL, there's offsides, there's onsides.
I got you. Okay.
So I can't just like cherry pick, basically.
Yeah.
So you got to have
so
the
in a
puck
way,
has to come across first.
In a way, it's kind of like soccer. Like if you're way ahead of me and I try to pass it, and you're ahead of your defender, is offsides. Is that kind of like the same thing, or just the
kind of the same thing, but instead of the defender, it's just that line.
Oh, okay.
So if I'm in front of the blue line, I can't. So annoying. I have to be outside of the zone. I have to be outside of that blue line for the puck to come in offensively.
Okay. And then sense? What about your defenders? Do they have to like stay back and they're kind of just waiting, or they can join?
No, they can be wherever they want. But the second your defenders come up, you can have that offensive push back towards you.
Yeah.
And now you're out of position. So it's kind of like the give and take of you want that extra offensive skater, but you don't want to put too much on your goalie. So you got to have your defenseman back a little bit to give him a little help.
Okay.
Because the thing with hockey is it goes so fast. It's so quick.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's jumping on and off the ice with the line changes. You're only on the ice about 45 seconds to a minute. And then your line, your group of players that you play with, they jump off, the next 5 jump on, all like in the middle of the game. So it's kind of
while it's going on.
It's kind of crazy.
I got
it's not like timeout. We gotta make our switches.
Like the ball goes out of bounds. Okay, you guys can come on now. I got you.
Right. Okay. That's my other thing. Okay, so I was super into basketball.
Yeah.
I love basketball. Still do. I got married, and my wife, her dad loved hockey, so I started watching hockey with him, and he got me super into it, and I started to like it because of the pace.
Yeah.
There's always something happening, and it's just such a different atmosphere, I guess, compared to basketball. So basketball, it's fast paced, but you're scoring a lot.
Yeah.
Every possession, say you're in the first quarter, you hit a 3-point shot. That means really in the long run, it doesn't mean that much to the overall ending of the game.
I got you.
Yeah. Like if you get a goal in the first period, so there's 3 periods, 20 minutes apiece, 60 minutes, 20-minute intermissions in between. You get a goal in the first period, 1-0, it's a huge deal.
Yeah.
So this is coming out Monday. So Friday night, the Lightning played Game 7 of their Stanley Cup semifinals. They ended up winning 1-0. So that one goal was obviously the clinching goal for the whole series.
Yeah.
The whole series rode on that one goal. It's crazy.
Mhm.
Basketball, there's just so much scoring and so much
You could make your run at like towards the end
you
if
can
you wanted
you
to.
can make a run in the fourth quarter and go on like a 17-2 run
Yeah.
and take the game over.
Yeah. I got you.
Hockey's not like that. It's
Every possession.
every possession is so meaningful,
Yeah.
but the possessions go so quick.
I got
So
you.
there's so much action happening all the time, pretty much. That's why I think it's like coming up to where, like, obviously NFL is number 1, but I think hockey is like taking over my number 2 spot
Mhm.
from the NBA. And a big part of why I like it so much right now is the stoppages. You guys are watching a lot of basketball playoffs right now.
Yeah.
Foul shots, out of bounds, inbounds. Like, there's so many
Stop of the ball. Yeah.
TV timeouts.
Yeah.
Friday night, they went 7 minutes, 6.5 minutes with no stoppage. They're just skating for 7 minutes straight. Like, that
Wow.
is
Sheesh.
so intense.
I'm sure
And
that's
you think they do 45 seconds to a minute for a line. So they're jumping on and off the ice. These line changes happen 6-7 times
Mhm.
in this 7 minutes of play that just didn't stop. It was just, and I think that's like why it's so exciting and so exhilarating, because it's just like at any second, it could just
Yeah.
change, basically.
I
I kind of got off topic there.
No, it's all good, man. I mean, I'll speak for myself. I won't speak for Jake. It's knowing the rules and like kind of how you're putting it, the fast pace. There really isn't a lot of stoppages like it is with basketball, and I guess you could kind of say with football as well. Basketball
Mhm.
probably more so. It does sound very interesting. I'm not gonna lie. That was my biggest thing. I just didn't know the rules of it. And like I've always seen, I mean, we've all watched Mighty Ducks 1 through 3.
Oh my God.
I knew that was coming in somewhere tonight.
Quack, quack, baby. Quack, quack. But yeah, that's my junk though. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I had a Ducks jersey, a major throwback. But yeah, you always see them. I always wonder how that worked, like with the substitutes, because
Mhm.
with the NFL, of course, as long as, or if you're in the huddle, you can sub in and out as long, and the quarterback's got to step out, because if he's in the huddle while they're all subbing, then you have a lot of people on the field. NBA, as soon as the ball rolls out of bounds or there's a foul, free throw, whatever, you can sub in and out. So that's pretty cool, because you have to play it right, so that way your guys are coming in at the right time, and so that way I guess you don't let up a goal. And so do the subs happen when you're on defense, or they just kind of happen at any point, defense or offense?
So in between those two blue lines I was talking about,
Mhm.
both offensive sides, they call it like the neutral zone.
Yeah.
That's like where right in the middle of the ice, basically. That's when a lot of changes happen, because there's not a lot of scoring threat, like
I got you.
immediate threat right there. Or if, say, like the defenseman gets the puck like behind his own net,
Mhm.
sometimes he'll hold it there for 5-6 seconds and let everyone jump on and off the ice and make their changes.
I got you.
So then he
Okay.
can kind of like be in control and be like, okay, our guys are ready. Let's set up the play. Let's go.
I got you.
And
Okay.
then the defenseman's kind of like the quarterback, where he like guides the team. He brings the puck up, kind of like the point guard.
Yeah.
He'll tell like how we're gonna run this play, what we're gonna do here, and that's when they make their line changes. He starts, and then the play starts, and then from there it kind of gets a little hectic. But
I got
yeah,
you.
that's how it's gonna start.
Okay.
All
right.
We were gonna. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. We were gonna do this podcast last week,
Yeah.
And I was gonna tell you guys, like, just watch the game tonight. Just
Mhm.
it was game, I think it was game 4 against the Lightning and the Islanders. I was like, just give it like 20 minutes. Watch one period and
Mhm.
try to go into it like open-minded and just like see if you get into it.
Yeah.
And that game got crazy, dude. It was so wild. And I wish you guys would have watched it. Lightning were down 3-0. They scored 2 goals in the third. And then literally with 1 second to go, they got a shot off and it was going in. And some defenseman came flying in behind the goalie, stopped the puck. It
Sheesh.
was just like the craziest ending that like no one was expecting. They Lightning lost, but it was just like such a good game.
Like Mighty Ducks.
Like just
my-
like Mighty Ducks. Exactly.
So I saw that highlight.
You saw
And
yeah.
so the guy that made the defensive play, he'd
Mhm.
stop the puck with his glove.
Yeah. That's
They're
okay.
allowed to touch it if they're inside the goalie box or
Yeah, so he can touch it with his hand.
Mhm.
You can't make a pass with it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a penalty, a hand pass.
Mhm.
So he can like stop it. Like not like soccer, he can't use his hands.
Yeah.
But like say like they hit it down the ice and the guy like reaches up and grabs it, he can like knock it down basically. So
Okay.
it doesn't go
okay.
all the way down the end of the ice.
But he can't
can
like
knock it
chuck
down.
it.
Yeah, he can like grab it
Right.
and like throw it back.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
That makes sense.
But
Okay.
I like that.
and then power plays. I guess we
I
could
hear
talk
that
about
a lot,
power
but I don't
plays.
know what that is.
Okay, so it's like penalties basically. Like there's okay, offsides is a penalty, but it's not like a penalty where someone that draws a power play. This makes sense. Power play makes it 5-on-4 or sometimes 5-on-3. You lose, you commit a penalty, high sticking, tripping, holding, hooking, you go in the penalty box. 2 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes if it's like a big fight or something like that. And then your defense basically has to play 5-on-4. So the offense has all these different chances to score. That's when it gets really exciting if your team has that power play. Again, going back to the game 7 on Friday night, the Islanders had a power play. So they had 5 skaters. The Lightning had 4 skaters. The puck got away from the Islander guy. The Lightning dude came in, made a nice pass, and the Lightning scored a shorthanded goal. And that was how they won. They won 1-0 on a shorthanded goal, which is like unheard of. Because you think when you have 4 skaters, you're playing defense mainly. You're not trying to score goals. You're just trying to not let them score.
Yeah, you're on the defensive mindset.
You're on
at
the
that
defensive
point.
mindset. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Because I heard that.
So far,
Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
no, you good. No, you good.
Okay, so I heard that the Islanders have been struggling with power plays. Like that was the one thing
Yeah.
that if they could have that, they would have had a chance.
Mhm.
But since
Yeah.
they're kind of trash at it, that was like a
And
really
it's crazy you say that. They said the stat last night of what it was, or Friday night, and I want to say they said they were like 1 for 16 on the series,
jeez.
which is awful,
God.
awful. When
Yeah, I wouldn't say struggling is the
Yeah.
word. Man. That's just
yeah, you have an extra skater and you're only scoring 1 every 16 times.
That's really bad.
That's not really good.
Sheesh.
When the Lightning are scoring maybe 50%, 50 to 60%. So they scored 8 goals. You gotta think of hockey as like soccer.
Mhm.
That's how I thought of it.
I
Super
got you,
like
yeah.
defensive 1-0, 2-1 games. Lightning put up 8 goals the other night. Super offensive. That's like they scored 56 points in football. Like
Jeez.
56-0. Like it was
Yeah.
just crazy.
Yeah.
I
I feel like hockey might be a little bit better than soccer. I mean, I love soccer, but I feel like it's a lot of the ball gets like stuck in the middle. There aren't really a
Mhm.
lot of scoring opportunities.
Yeah.
Whereas with hockey, I feel like that's different.
I
I
think
feel like if there are a lot of 1-0 games, it's not, oh, well, you only had maybe 2, 3 opportunities to score. You
right.
just probably couldn't. You probably had like 10, but only connected on the one.
Exactly. So like last night or Friday night, the Lightning had 35 shots on goal, something like that. That's
Goodness. Yeah.
every shot on goal it's a little exciting. And then
Yeah.
I think the Islanders only had like 15 to 18 shots on goal.
Yeah.
But then so the last 2 minutes of the game, they were down 1-0. A lot of times they pull the goalie. So then you basically have a power play. So now instead of having 5 skaters, they take the goalie off. Now they have 6 skaters. So for the last 2 minutes of a game 7, for them to have an extra skater and just firing pucks away, like as many shots as they can get on net, shoot them. And just watch that last 2 minutes
Mhm.
and tell me like that doesn't get you like
Yeah, because
jacked up. It was so exciting. It was like so crazy.
I listened to a radio sports show based in New
Hmm.
York. So
Yeah.
obviously they're talking about the Islanders. And
Yeah.
one of the guys that runs the show, he's the hockey guy. And he said that hockey playoffs is probably the best sport to watch. He's like, outside
Yes.
of the Super Bowl, obviously, like that
Hmm.
comes second. Like, and he's talked about the overtime. Like he says that's like the most, like he's at the edge of his seat the entire time.
Yes.
Like that's the only sport besides the Super Bowl, like he said, because
Hmm.
that's like the one sport, like that's the one game of the year where you're like, okay, nothing touches that.
Right.
But that one overtime and playoff environment, that's the one thing no one can beat.
I totally agree. Like, because it's such a small, confined space, so soccer is a huge field. There's
Yeah.
so much like Matt said, like neutral zone in the middle stuff. The soccer hockey is so small and so confined that there's just so much action happening all the time that it's hard like not to get super into it and like heavily invested really fast because it's so exciting. Like football, even like obviously we love the NFL,
Mhm.
but you first down they have like a 2 yard run play, and then you chill for 45 seconds, wait for the play clock, you run the next play, incomplete punt. It could go like that, and there's really like no chance. I mean, that's for me as a Dolphins fan, but
I mean, I'm a Jets fan, so I'm right there with
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're like Patrick Mahomes, you can just like launch one up to Tyreek Hill. You always have a scoring chance, no matter where you are on the field. But for the most part, like you have to work and get down the field, and it takes time. Like hockey can flip on an instant, and you could be going the other way when the other team has a power play, and you're going back the other way and scoring a shorthanded goal
Mhm.
in Game 7, like to win. It's crazy.
I got you. So basically, now tell us why the people listening, us here, should watch hockey.
Just like give it a chance. Like I
Mhm.
never gave it a chance. I don't know. I don't know why. Like I never got into it. But once you just watch like one period, so the Stanley Cup, this comes out Monday night or Monday. Stanley Cup starts tonight. Montreal and Tampa Bay at 8 o'clock. Just watch the first 20 minutes. Try to get into it. It's so exciting. It's different. It's new. Even for me, like still, I've been watching it for 4 or 5 years now, and there's still something that happens, and I'm like, wait a minute, like what happened? So I'm still trying to like
Mhm.
pick up on everything still, but it's just so exhilarating. It's so exciting, and especially like you said, Jake, like the playoff atmosphere. Those fans are so hyped for 60 straight minutes,
Hey.
and it's wild. Like I've been to game sevens of Eastern Conference Finals in Miami, and I've been to like playoff hockey games this year, I went last year, or the 2 years ago before COVID, and nothing beats it. Like it's so
Wow, that's awesome.
the atmosphere is just so crazy, and every fan's just like standing for 60 minutes, and You pay a couple $100 for your seat, you never use it. Like
Yeah.
it's so good.
So why I think that here, like especially in like Florida, it's not a big thing because you
Mhm.
don't really grow up with hockey as your sport.
You
I
don't get to play
know,
it.
yeah, I know. Obviously, it's huge in I think Minnesota. They said like
Makes
that's
sense.
one of the best
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're more
states,
northern
and then obviously Canada. Like those are the two
Mhm.
Pennsylvania type
places.
states. Yeah,
So, but
Yeah.
here in Florida, it's because it's always sunny.
yeah.
You
No,
have you're
not
playing on the
really humid.
basketball courts and you're playing football.
Yeah, I
Yep.
played.
So
I growing up, we had a neighbor. They were from Pennsylvania, and if you've down here in Florida, I mean, I feel like everyone's owned a pair of skates at some point in their life. So this was, my point of life of having skates and rollerblades. And so I'm just, kind of strolling down the street and I see them come out hockey sticks and, they have their rollerblades on as well. And the kid asked me, "Oh man, you want to play hockey, street hockey?" And I said, "I don't know what that is, but it does sound fun." And hands down was probably the best experience. I mean, of course, we use trash cans as our goals, but it was really fun. But it is true to what Jake's saying. I mean, South. I see why maybe so the South doesn't necessarily get into hockey as much because it is so football dominant. So football
Mhm.
dominant, probably basketball, track and field next, baseball, basically the outdoors because that's where we're at majority of the time. So I get that.
exactly.
Um, so give us some big names in the game of hockey. I mean, it could be from the Lightning if you want.
Mm.
But just,
Well, don't the Lightning have like technical like the best goalie in the league right now? That's something
Yeah,
that I heard.
he my dog's going crazy out there. You
nah,
can
it's
hear
not good.
that. Yeah, he won like what they call like for the MVP for like a goalie. Basically, he won that last year. He's in the final for it this year.
Nice.
Yeah, he's awesome. I mean, you've heard the name Sidney Crosby
Yeah,
Hmm.
from the
Sid the Kid.
Penguins.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like a top three, top five player. Um, the Lightning, they have a kid, Nikita Kucherov. He's probably top two player in the league.
Is
And he's only
Ovechkin
like
still around?
Ovechkin. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
still around. Um, and they're all so young. Like I think Kucherov is like 24, something like that.
Okay.
And then Connor McDavid, he's 24 years old, first round pick. He's a big name for us. I mean, him, Kucherov, Sidney Crosby. That's your LeBron, Patrick Mahomes, your
I got you.
Kobe's.
Is there
Alex Ovechkin's a little older, but yeah, he's
yeah.
still up there.
So I guess one of the last couple questions is so unlike the NFL and the NBA, basically once you reach your 30s, you are, so to speak, on the wrong side of 30, and your career by many is supposed to be on the downslope. Is hockey the same way, or can a 34-year-old still dominate the game of hockey?
I think a 34-year-old could still dominate.
Mm,
I mean, if you watch, okay, kind of sidetrack, kind of not. Um, if you were to just watch a game and watch the skill level that they have, the athleticism it takes, think of like Matt, you said you played hockey in the street. Like think of doing that on ice skates with like big 6'6" guys like smashing into you
hmm
at full speed, and you're trying to hit a puck at 90 miles an hour. You're trying to make passes down the ice. The like intelligence and the hockey IQ is just like incredible that they can do all these things and still like perform at such a high level. So I think that absolutely at 34, 35 years old, you could still
I
have that
got you.
IQ. You
Yeah.
can still have the skill to manipulate the game and however you would like it to
Mhm.
go, pretty much.
So you're almost going into like that's kind of like baseball territory. where you still have these big name players at the age of like 32, 33. They're still
Still
signing
dominating.
these crazy contracts
Yeah,
because they're
yeah,
still
Mm.
usable. Gotcha.
exactly.
I
I
got
mean,
you.
the Lightning drafted number one overall pick. I think it was in like 2007, 2008. Steven Stamkos. He was the number one pick, and now he's probably 31, 32 years old, and he's still at the top of his game. He's still leading the playoffs and goals, and he's just as good as he was 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, he's had a couple injuries and stuff that kept him out, but when he's on the ice, he's just as good as he was before.
I got you. So that's real good to know. I honestly I've learned a lot. Game one of the Stanley Cup Finals are on Monday. So as you are listening to this, the regulars give it a chance. Will I give it a chance?
I'm definitely gonna give it a
Depending,
chance.
I'm going to give it a chance. It depends on what time the game starts.
8
And he
o'clock.
said
Because
8.
8 o'clock. Okay, so I might be able to watch. Yeah, I mean, why not? I should be able to watch 20 minutes of it to see if I'm like, because the Suns probably won't play till like 9.
Yeah.
So yeah, why not?
I've
I'm
always wanted to get into hockey, but
same.
there's not people that
I
surround in my surroundings that are into hockey.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like if I have
So
questions, I'm just gonna sit there talking to myself, and it's like, okay,
right.
well,
Yeah,
this
like
is it.
recently I've like the more I get into it, like my wife's she loves it. She's into it. Her dad is super into it. I'm getting like my dad into it. And now like a couple of my friends are getting super into it and like they come over and watch the games. And the more like atmosphere, like you surround yourself with the atmosphere of being at a game, it's just so exciting. It's like the
Nice.
more people we can get to like get into it,
Yeah,
obviously the
man.
better. Give it a
All right.
shot. Give it 20 minutes. Watch it.
We can do that.
So
try-
your predictions,
Yeah,
what do you think's gonna happen?
on the
Lightning in 6.
Lightning in 6. There you have
Lightning
it.
Wow,
in
that's
6.
very conservative for what I've heard.
Hey,
Because isn't Montreal supposed to be not in the finals, but they
Montreal's lucky they got there. Yeah.
yeah.
So you're sparing them 2 games.
I'm
Okay.
sparing them 2 games.
So
Then I'm
you
not.
guys who are listening, we will backtrack to this moment if something goes wrong. Of course, if it's a sweep,
Monumentally.
hey, I mean,
We'll
well,
take it.
they'll take a sweep. But
Yeah.
for some
Back
reason
to back champs.
this goes 7 and they lose. Micah, we know where to find you.
It's all right.
But hey, man, we really do appreciate you coming on the show and talking about this.
I loved it.
Yeah, same. I loved it. And like, I know we gave you some questions and some things that we wanted to talk about, but as you talked about the rules and such, it made me think about more stuff to talk about. And then, Jake brought up the fact of why people here in Florida, maybe in the South, don't watch it. So, and you told us, your reason of why we should. So we challenge everyone who is listening. As you are listening to this on Monday, the 28th, the Stanley Cup Finals kickoff. They is there a word for hockey? Puck off?
Drop.
Puck drop. Puck drop.
This man
Puck
said
drop.
tip off.
Tip off. Kickoff. All of the above at 8 o'clock. Montreal versus the Lightning. Does Montreal have like an actual name, or they call it Montreal?
Canadians.
Hey, okay. So the Canadians versus the Lightning. We're challenging
That's
you
in
guys
Tampa,
to,
right? Game
Yeah,
one's in
game
Tampa.
1, game 2 is in Tampa. Yeah.
nice. Challenge you guys to give it 20 minutes. Go on with an open mind. We
I'm
will
going to.
for sure. It sounds really fun. I'm not gonna lie. Our good friend Joe, obviously, Mike, Joe.
Yeah.
He plays NHL 19 a lot. He's constantly telling us of things that he's doing in, I guess, their career mode. And that's the thing too. I've always wanted to get into the game. I mean, I've just never. It's just one of those things where I just kind of browse through it and I don't actually like try it or buy it. So
I got
if
21 and like their career mode is
it's
awesome.
legit, yeah.
It's
I mean,
legit
I'm gonna
fire.
give it a shot. You've convinced me, and that's
All
what we
right.
want to do here on this segment of Off Sport. Get into sports that maybe we don't watch, maybe you, the regulars, don't watch, and find somebody who can sell us on why we should. Except for baseball. Sorry, Jake. It's just too many
No, you see, why can't you have an open mind?
You already sold it to us, and it didn't work. So
Because y'all didn't have an open mind. That's not my
I
fault.
did.
No, you did. No, you didn't.
I'm not home in like Tuesday at 2:00 to watch the game.
Not all
That's
the
true.
games are
That's
like
true.
that.
But Micah, again, we can't thank you enough, man, for coming on. We appreciate, of course, your support.
Heck yeah.
One of the
Of course.
regulars listening to us each and every week.
Yes, sir.
Micah won't be joining us for our NBA segment. So, Micah, go ahead and hit us with something you are hyped for, man.
Game 1.
Yeah.
Game
Clearly.
one.
I mean,
For the
okay.
puck drop.
I'm
Kickoff.
the puck drop. The puck off. The puck off. I don't know when I'm gonna be back, so I'm gonna say I'm hyped for game 1. I'm hyped for the series, and who knows when I'm gonna be back. So I'm gonna just throw this in there. I'm hyped for kickoff week 1, Dolphins, Patriots.
We might have Micah back for some Dolphins talk.
I'll give you
Yeah,
some
man.
Dolphins talk.
We'll definitely bring you back. I mean, there's a ton of people we want to have on to talk NFL.
And when the new NHL season rolls in,
Yeah,
we want to
Mhm.
bring him
definitely have
in.
you back to
Yeah.
look up some stuff that you're excited for, things going into the
Definitely.
season. Shoot, who
And
knows?
have that Micah segment, a reoccurring guest.
Yeah, bring it
Yeah,
on.
maybe we'll have me and Jake will have teams by then. Who knows? So we'll
I already know my team, the Rangers.
I like it.
I'm sticking with the
I
Rangers.
like it.
I don't know. I don't know who I should root for. Like, I don't want to go for the Lightning just because of the simple fact they will win it. I kind of just want to find somebody who I kind of just draw interest to. Because my wife's from Chicago. If she was into hockey, obviously the Blackhawks I would look into, but she couldn't care less. So, but again,
real quick, my
go ahead,
first
man.
season watching hockey, I got super into it. Lightning were good. They ended up going to the Stanley Cup and they lost to the Blackhawks.
Oh, wow.
And
So maybe
since
I should
then,
look at Blackhawks.
I was so in, and you just start watching games, you're gonna get hooked. I promise you.
I got you.
Give it a chance.
I will. I'm
We'll do
definitely giving it a
so.
chance.
Again, we challenge you guys, the regulars, to do so. 20 minutes of your time. I mean, what else
all we
you
ask.
to do? 20 minutes of your time. That is all Micah is asking of you, is to expand the hockey community. We all need to be wearing our Mighty Duck jerseys again. But again, man, we thank you so much for coming on. You guys let us know in the comments if you enjoyed this segment of Off Sport, talking hockey. Obviously, if you know of another sport that we should give a try, that the regulars should give a try, hit us up on our social media. If you know us personally, hit us up as well. And we will be more than happy to have you on the show to talk cricket, whatever it is, man. We don't judge here.
Yo, cricket just popped into my head right before you mentioned it. I was like, watch, somebody's going to say cricket.
Yeah, but
Hey, I got one little final thing.
hit us with it.
Sorry, I'm gonna hit you with it. They are expanding the NHL. They're getting a new team next year. Maybe that could be your team, the Seattle Kraken.
How many teams are there now? Oh, I do see the North Division has
31.
room for one more. With it,
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where they'll be,
So
the division.
they're gonna do a expansion draft. So they're gonna like take a player from here and there. So maybe that could be your team, like a little mismatch team.
Where are they?
Now I'm interested on how the
Seattle.
expansion draft works.
Me too, honestly, because they just did it with the Knights a couple of years ago, the Vegas Golden Knights. But we'll see how it goes. So,
I don't know,
check into
Bank.
it.
You might be back sooner than later, man. I don't know. We'll
That's
see.
what I'm saying.
Because I am interested.
I got some
I'm
more
very
questions.
interested. Yeah, I got a lot more
Good.
questions. Unfortunately, because we missed a whole bunch of the NBA, we have to move on to that. But I will definitely say you've piqued my interest a lot. And I would definitely look into it. I would definitely watch 20 minutes, maybe more if I love it, on Monday. And you do have my interest as to what team. I kind of try to keep a theme of the Royal Blues, except for Phoenix. I mean, they're purple, but I might keep the same, or I just might. I like to go based off of how I feel I would play the game, kind of, sort of. So I might lean towards that. I mean, then again, it's been almost 20 years since I last played street hockey. But again, man, we thank you so much. This will be a good time to go into halftime and hear a word from our sponsor.
Wellness advocate for doTERRA. promoting natural essential oil-based products in support of healthy living. Diffusing doTERRA's adaptive oil blend can help support a relaxed state of mind.
And we are back from halftime. We thank Caleb so much for sponsoring this show. Make sure to hit him up on his Instagram for some essential oils. If you remember Ethan Garcia, who sponsored our second show, I believe they are related. They are brothers. And family works in the same business. So make sure to, give them some love. Let them know your essential oil needs. We also thank Micah again, man, for joining us, a regular who listens to the show each and every week, talking hockey off sport, which me and Jake thoroughly enjoyed so much. Again, we're not just saying this because we're friends. We're not just saying this because he's here, but it really did pique our interest. So we'll definitely make sure to give our time to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup on Monday at 8 o'clock. But we are moving on to the NBA and continuing of our theme of 3 players you would start a team with. So because I went first in the NFL, Jake, you are the general manager of the New York Knickerbocker. I can't even speak. New York Knicks. We'll just keep it at that. New York Knicks. Tell me your 3 players you are starting your team with.
All right, so one guy is actually playing right now. My man is Mini Mamba. All right,
Oh,
let me get Devin Booker.
Okay.
Devin Booker, and then a guy that I got a man crush on this dude. I talk about him all the time. Mr. 45, Donovan Mitchell.
Oh,
All
so you
right,
got 2
now
guys. So who's playing the point then?
I will go Book.
Okay. I'll give you that.
The only reason why I would go Book is because CP3 was down and Book had a triple-double.
I got you.
Mike Conley was down, and you never saw those assist numbers with Mitchell.
I got you.
So I do that. And then my third guy, you need that interior defense, but I also need you to average 25 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to go Karl Anthony Towns.
Okay, that's not bad. I can't agree or disagree with any of that. My top 3. So I copied you with Book. I need a scorer off the rip. I need a guy who can go out and get me a consistent 25. Occasionally drop 40 piece, 50 piece. Just relentless. Doesn't matter. Obviously, we saw in game 3, bad shooting night, Book still was trying to get his. He was still trying to get himself out of the slump. And I love that. He wasn't shying away from the moment. It was no, I'm just going to keep trying to do me. I need that. Now, it might be a little Suns bias. I'm also going to take DeAndre Ayton. And I say that because I need a guy who knows his role and plays his role effectively. Since PJ opened my eyes, and here I am for the second time showing that I was wrong.
No, you never did that.
Yeah, that episode never happened. But PJ opened my eyes on DeAndre Ayton. But I will say a little bit of a disclaimer. In those 2 games that AD was healthy, he did drop a 30 piece on Ayton. But hey, anyways, Ayton plays his role so freaking well. Literally so well. You need him to set a pick, cool. You need him to go get boards, cool. You need him to score, cool. He can literally do all that. He's not your typical center, Rudy Gobert, so to speak, where he's just go get boards, play defense, but we can't count on you to score. Mm-hmm. He can literally set the high screen at the top of the key and, pick and roll, stuff like that. And of course, we're seeing it in the playoffs. And my last one, I honestly was kind of going back and forth. I didn't want to say Luka. I feel like that would have been the easiest way out, but I also didn't want my backcourt to be hunted on defense. Like I didn't want that. So I went with a guy who I feel has a good potential to be good defensively. Not great, but I don't need great. I just need good. I need solid. And he's also young. I went with John Morant. Give me John Morant. He can still facilitate. Book doesn't need the ball in his hand, as we've seen. He can literally operate within the offense, but still get his and take over. And let me get that pick and roll with John Morant and DeAndre Ayton, with some lobs, Jaw trying to dunk on people. So yeah, that's my top three there. Again, if I was going to go Luka, I would have taken Booker out because I just didn't want two liabilities. Kind of, Booker's not super bad. Like, he will play defense. He's not the greatest, but he will play. Whereas Luka's just like, because he's asked to do so much, he's kind of just chilling on
Yeah.
defense, which I get.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my top three there for the Phoenix Suns. Man, that feels so good to say that. Phoenix Suns game 4 tonight, having it right now. But yeah, you guys
So
let us know. Or no, my
I
fault.
like the John Morant pick. I like that.
Yeah.
I really do. That was good.
Yeah, it's something different. I mean, he's a slasher. He's kind of, I wouldn't say everything Booker isn't, but he's just he's kind of a Westbrook build. Maybe shoots the three better than Westbrook a little bit. But Westbrook can play some good defense. I feel John
I
Morant
see
can.
Iverson in him.
Yeah, I see that too. He's got some good handles, and because he can drive, he can literally suck the defense in to leave a guy like Booker on the outside open. Or he can collapse the defense to pick and roll, throw a lob to Ayton. So that's basically what I wanted to go there with. You guys
I was thinking Joel Embiid, but he gets hurt so much.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
And I
Because
wanted to go.
he's a typical big that you want.
Yeah, I was also thinking Joker too, but then that kind of takes the ball out of the hands of John Morant, and that's where I want the ball at right now, is in his hands.
Yeah.
So you guys let us know down in the comments. Again, we'll post this to our story on social media whenever this drops on IGTV that same day. Whose top three are you picking? Also, too, let us know who is your top three for your favorite team. Who are you starting your franchise with? What three guys? But moving off topic, again, we missed a good second round of games. So we'll each take a series and just kind of give our thoughts on what happened. So we'll start over there in the East. Jake, give me your thoughts on the Nets and Bucks series and how all that played out.
All right, so where to begin? KD, I think, after this playoff performance, didn't end up with a ring, but I think he just solidified himself as the best player in the NBA right now. Like, I don't think, like, I truly do love watching LeBron because it's greatness at work, but KD had a really bad Achilles injury and he got better. How? How is that possible? You're 7 feet tall that plays like a guard, and yet you ruptured your Achilles and you came back even better. Playing, and out of the last 3 games, you sat a total of about 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane. And the game he had to take it to game 6, that game 5 game where he had 47 points, dude almost dropped a 50 piece by himself. And it's just, I don't blame this series on him.
No, definitely.
Harden was out there playing on one leg. I mean, I appreciate the effort, just him trying to be on the court, but he wasn't fooling anybody.
Yeah.
Kyrie getting hurt. I don't know. Kyrie needs to stop getting hurt in the playoffs.
I will say this: Kyrie is Chris Paul in the playoffs, but he just has a ring. Just from an injury standpoint, it's just, oh my! how many times, man? And granted, I do agree with you on a lot. There's no way you can blame this on Durant at all. I mean, my guy played. I think he might have played 3 straight games from 5, 6, and 7. He might have played them like literally all the minutes,
Yeah.
just because they were all do or die. I will say this: KD to me solidified that he is the best scorer, hands down, in history. I will say that 7-footer that can do anything,
Yeah.
any type of bucket, drive, mid range, three, whatever, dunk on you. Yeah, why not? It's insane. There's literally, I don't know how you guard that. And the guy's in his 30s coming off an Achilles injury. How? Like you said, how the heck did you get better? How is that? How
An
is that possible?
injury. Yeah, I know science has improved, obviously,
Yeah.
but an Achilles injury,
It's,
and at the age of 32,
you would have thought it slowed him down a little bit more.
yeah, like okay, so we've seen the best of KD. He might touch that every once in a while, but it's not going to be that all the time.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, the Brooklyn Nets, that's the one thing they're, well known around in the league. They have one of the best doctors and training staff there. And KD could have came back last year in the bubble.
Yeah.
He could have, but they sat him down. They said, no, we're going to play the long game, and it was smart. I mean, look what happened with Kyrie. This dude took almost the half of the season off, and he's getting hurt. Like, you can't say he had a lot of miles on him this season. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, we need I don't know. I truly think this team is better off just Harden, KD, and get him better role players than Kyrie, Harden, and KD with no role players.
Yeah, because
Joe Harris didn't show up either.
Yeah, Joe Harris was bricking everything. So I agree.
He had a really bad series.
You might want to move Kyrie. And it sucks because it was Kyrie's idea to come to Brooklyn. Durant wanted to go to New York. So it would kind of suck, but not necessarily. I do agree they are better off with Durant and Harden, and maybe, trade Kyrie for some good role players that can help so that way, they give, obviously you would need a point guard after that because you traded away Kyrie. But moving on to we'll stay in the East, Hawks and the Sixers. I will give my brief thoughts. Ben Simmons has got to go, man. Ben Simmons.
Oh my God, yes.
Ben Simmons has got to go. Trae Young has shown me that no moment is too big for him. Icy Trae is in the building. Trae. This man, the Hawks team in general, I'm sensing somewhat of a theme from the teams who maybe their superstar isn't as big as a Kawhi or as a Joel Embiid. Trae Young and Devin Booker are superstars, I feel, in their right, but maybe on a scale of 1 to 10 on the superstar, radar, they're probably at like a 6, whereas Embiid and those guys are at 10s.
And I think that's a market reason.
That I would agree. But it also too, if you look at it, the Hawks play, they have a system. They're playing team basketball, but Trae Young still gets his. The Phoenix Suns play team basketball, but Booker still gets his. And, which I'll get into later, I feel like teams with young superstars, Luka, the Celtics with Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, Mitchell, I feel like they need to do the same to start off and to the point where they get to that part of, okay, these guys are bona fide, the faces of the league, but they've gotten used to team ball, but they can take over more. So I'm not gonna lie, it was a shocker to see the Atlanta Hawks come out of this, but I will say that with them coming out of this, I am not sleeping on them anymore. I kind of did with the Knicks. I chose the Knicks to win it, but after game 3, when your boy didn't show up, with his 2 for
Mhm.
17. Randall, I said, okay, I like the Hawks to win.
I
I
mean, I
did,
even said Hawks in 5
yeah, I did
after that.
think I did thought, however, the Sixers would win. I mean, because in our 3 words, I said they were too small. Joel Embiid was having his way. I just didn't see Ben Simmons pulling off a massive, choke job in the fourth quarters of like the last 4 games. So
No field goals taken.
yeah, and
How?
then like they keep showing the replay of him going up for an easy dunk over Trey Young just
Yeah, he
to
said he was gonna
pass.
get fouled and take the
Bro,
foul,
yeah.
get the and one.
But that's also too how you know how he's in his head because it's gonna get fouled. He knows he's not connecting on his free throws either. So it
Yeah.
all led to one. Like if you're a super confident free throw, there's no doubt he's going to easily, jam that on Trey Young. So those are my thoughts for that. We'll move on to the West. So we'll start with the easy one. The Phoenix Suns swept the the Nuggets. Thoughts on that? I didn't I didn't see it being that easy. I really didn't think it was going to be that easy. But I guess when you face a team in the Blazers where it's literally just Dame versus Jokic, superstar versus superstar, and the Blazers team around Dame wasn't that great to step up. Um, and it surprised me because Gordon and Porter just they showed up the first series, but then they
Hmm.
just didn't in the second series. And it was just a runaway. And it was just icing on the cake when they ejected Jokic, which I don't think should have happened. I mean, were they going to win? No, but still, he was their only chance. Once you did that, it was
Yeah.
just you just knew it was going to happen. So those are my thoughts. Jake, you got any thoughts on that, or you want to move on to the Clippers?
I the only thing with Denver, they ran up on a team that could play defense.
Yeah,
So CP3 can lock down the point. Booker isn't the best defense, but he can hold his own.
yeah,
Crowder can play. He's really good at defense.
yeah,
And the one thing that's different is DeAndre Ayton.
yeah.
He's not a center that sits in the paint.
Mm-mm.
He's not just like right now for when we get to that series where it's Phoenix and the Clippers. The Clippers were used to playing against Rudy Gobert, who he's not going to guard anything that's not in the paint.
Yeah, they were hunting for
Eight, yeah,
him.
Aiton's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah,
That guy, like you said, he knows his role, and his role is
and he's dominating.
I'm guarding this area, and that area is as wide as his wingspan.
Yeah,
Like he's gonna move around, he's gonna do everything he can, and that really messes you up. That entire starting 5 and the bench can play really good defense. So
yeah,
that locks you down, and then when your star guys aren't showing up, I mean Murray's not there, so everyone had to step up. I think they did pretty well without having Murray, which is that guy to
same.
jolt your offense.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I didn't see a sweep though.
I didn't. I didn't. I said. I believe I said Suns in 6. So
I believed 6. I thought that was actually gonna happen, but
yeah,
not a
I thought it
sweep.
was more realistic. But moving into the Jazz Clippers, I'll let you start off on your thoughts on that series and how it ended.
Jazz Clippers. Rudy Gobert. He's only good to guard the paint. That's really it. I mean, he can't do anything else. Literally,
Yeah,
you were having Donovan Mitchell trying to stop Kawhi for a little bit, and then playoff P showed up. Like
yeah,
Donovan Mitchell got hurt. People might not realize that he re-aggravated that ankle,
mm-hmm.
and yet he dropped 39
Almost, yeah.
game 6.
Still almost dropped the 40
He
piece.
dropped. He dropped gate. Yeah, he almost dropped the 40 piece. He had 7 boards and about 6 assists.
Yeah,
What else can you ask for a guy that's limping? And he was laying down in pain at one point in the game,
yeah,
and he still put everything out there. Like that, I don't put it on him, Donovan Mitchell, much. And they threw Mike Conley out there just because it was the game to go, but I don't think he was ready to play.
yeah.
There was a couple of shots where he just gave up. Like it was wide open. Why don't you pull up? And I don't think he had it in his legs.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it I will say it just sucks for the Utah Jazz, sucks for Donovan Mitchell because of the simple fact they were up 2-0,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to say was it game 5? Game 5 they were up. The Jazz were up, and then they let them come back to steal the game. And I will say this, I feel like we are sensing a new change at center. I feel like a lot of teams will look for that center who can do it all.
Yeah.
You don't need them to drop 30. Yeah, of course you'll take it, but more of oh, you're gonna get me 20, 10, and a couple of blocks, sign me up. Not just your paint beast, your defensive, glass cleaner like Gobert. Because it's true. I mean, yeah, in the paint, yeah, he's gonna like everything now. But when it comes to having, these switches and now you get stuck with these guards, he's chicken dinner.
He wasn't guarding anything at the three. Everything that was
Yeah.
on the corner, he wasn't guarding that at all.
Yeah, he was just lost. Like he just didn't know what to do.
And
So
it's just I don't know. I mean, D Wade is there now. I know he came super late.
I
So I
think
know
it'll
he
have an effect though on the team.
yeah, hopefully he can have some type of input on team building, like what kind of players we have to get. But I don't think Rudy Gobert. I know he signed a massive deal a few years ago. I just
I
don't
think they
know
give
if
him one more
he's
shot. Me personally, I give him one more shot. I do feel
I
like
mean, he's defensive player of the year. He's not a
yeah,
slump. Like he's not
but
a
there's two things you have to tell him. You need to gain a offensive game, and not just putbacks. Centers, that's what you're going to
yeah.
do. So that's easy. But a little mid range shot, not super far mid range, a little mid
Oh, the
range.
Marcus Aldridge shot.
Yeah, a little floater, maybe back to the basket type ordeal. Just stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
be ready to guard on switches out in the perimeter. So that's what I will say for that. That's what we will say for the second round. Definitely the best series was definitely the Bucks Nets. If you're the Bucks, you kind of got to be a little worried because it took KD. KD took you to 7 games. So
Yeah.
there's some cause for concern. I would definitely say
I mean, they blew the Hawks out last
yeah,
night.
after Ice Tray did a little shimmy, they said, nah, bro, not again. Even though he did it again, but
Yeah.
it just didn't
Man,
work this time.
Trey Young, like I'm a Knicks fan, obviously. You guys know this. I
Yeah.
have no idea what happened, why he's hated, but I will tell you one thing, that man can ball out. I got nothing but love for Ice Trey. Like this dude is
Yep.
like I just
No,
love to see great basketball, and that's what he's playing.
yeah, I love guys who
Like
can
he
talk
he
that
went
talk.
from he went from rising star to he's I don't want to say superstar yet because I feel like this is like a Cinderella dance type playoffs,
Hmm.
but he's really close. Like
Yeah.
it's not like I'm expecting superstar.
I'll say superstar, and it's not hard to because of the simple fact I mean, if you look at the Hawks, their next best player is probably Clint Capella. So I feel like
Yeah.
he is their superstar, but he's not at that high level yet of a Curry, LeBron, KD, Harden
Yeah,
type.
he doesn't have the status. He doesn't have the
Yeah, he's getting there. I mean, he's got the
Mhm.
shoe deal, which I mean is Adidas. I feel like Adidas is just they throw a shoe deal at everybody. I feel like, but
They
what
got
will
Trevor
give
Lawrence.
what will give me the the superstar official stamp. Show me that the playoff run that you're doing right now translate into the regular season and you're
Yeah.
still doing this. That will
Mhm.
be the okay, you're consistent. Now I can give you that superstar stamp. Jason Tatum did that for me. That
Yeah.
the year where the Cavaliers played them in the Eastern Conference Finals, he was good. He had a pretty good, I think it was a rookie if I'm not mistaken, but he was solid. He really escalated himself in the playoffs. But then as this next year, sophomore year came around, he escalated. So that gave me
Mhm.
the superstar approval for him. But now we will move on to The Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals, which are intact right now as we speak, will stay in the West because I got to. We are going to give our thoughts on the Suns Clippers series, which the game is going on right now. Suns are currently up 10-2. And I got to show you guys a little something.
Wave it, boy. Wave it.
Gotta
Wave
show
it
you.
for them.
I got to show y'all a little something, for the folks at home. This is my first ever basketball merch. I've never owned anything because your boy Lebanon James has played for every team under the sun. But we got some merch. Watch out for the shorts. I might be getting some shorts here soon. It's coming, man. It's coming. My thoughts are it was good to go up 2-0, especially without CP3. I was glad that he apparently what happens now if you get COVID, if you have the vaccine, you're basically only out a week. And of course you have to not show symptoms. So it's a little different.
He didn't show them, so
he didn't show any, so that was good. I was glad up 2-0, although I wanted them to win game 3 with CP3 coming back. I kind of saw the Clippers taking it just because of how game 2 ended. The Valley-oop, basically the Clippers had the game in their hand. Patrick Beverly was putting handcuffs on Booker. Playoff P, besides the missed free throws, hit a big shot. Still hit a big shot for them to take the lead. Obviously, if he hits the 2 free throws, I do feel they take that game. But tonight, as we're recording this on Saturday, the game is happening right now. This is a must-win for the Suns. Now, you may be saying, but they're up 2-1. Why would you say that? We don't want history to repeat itself again. They were down 0-2 to the Mavs. We know how that happened. They were down 0-2 to the Jazz. We also know how that happened. I do not, if you are Monty Williams, Chris Paul, Booker, whoever, you don't need to know that you don't want this to happen. You have to win one now, so that way potentially on Monday, back in the Valley, you can end the series in 5. Me personally, I chose the series for Clippers in 6 just because I feel the Clippers are really playing freely. Paul George in himself is really playing freely. He is giving me Indiana Pacer Paul George. And I'm happy for him because you've heard the names. Playoff P, Playoff PU, Way Off P. Like we've all heard it. So I am happy for him. I mean, sure, you can drop 30 as long as the Suns win. I'm cool with that. But as of now, I'll say Suns in 5 because I don't think Chris Paul and Booker go 10 or 40 again combined like they did on Thursday. I do think they have both better shooting nights. I do feel Booker will look to show Beverly that those handcuffs are off of him. So I do like the adjustment though that Clippers made. If you notice, Zubac has played more. And Zubac's kind of like Ayton. He can move around with the ball. He can set the picks, high screens, and just kind of operate. He might not be the best defensively, but he's a different body for them because I don't think Boogie was it, to be real with you. He just kind of moves too slow. But Jake, you give me your thoughts and a prediction on the series.
So I'm actually kind of happy that game 3 happened. I think the Suns needed it. I think they needed to know as a team, okay, we're not perfect.
Yeah.
We're gonna have these games, but how are you gonna bounce back? Because as we've seen in these playoffs, anything can happen. You have the mentality of, we have this in the bag already. If you keep playing with that mentality, like, oh, we deserve it, we should be here, those are the teams that don't make it.
Yeah.
It's the teams that keep fighting that, all right, I got knocked down, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to keep going. So I'm actually really happy that game 3 happened. Booker needs to know nobody can cuff me.
Yeah.
Like he has to have that mentality. And I know he had the mask on, and so that probably messed him up a little bit. But my guy, if you know you're gonna wear a mask, I'm sleeping with that mask on. That thing
Yeah.
is on 24/7. I'm not just putting it on pregame. I'm walking home. I'm going home with the mask. I'm staying on with the mask. Like I'm just all day, every day. That mask is on, so I get used to it. Because come game time, I got to make sure I can see. And then Chris Paul, I think he was just rusty a little bit.
Yeah.
Hadn't played in a week, but I think he's
Longer
gonna
than
be
that.
key. Yeah, longer than I think he's gonna be key because Patrick Beverly is a hit and miss on defense, but when he hits big.
Yeah.
So when he decides that he's going to clamp and he wants to clamp, he can. So and he can't guard both CP3 and Book.
Mhm.
And I know he's going to stick on Book because Book can drop 50 like in a blink of a second.
Yeah.
So it's going to be CP3's game and series. So let's see what happens. But I think Suns in because of the Paul George thing. I'm going to say Suns in 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna still stick with Suns in 5 because I do feel they win tonight, and because that
If
Suns
they win
crowd.
tonight, yeah, it's 5.
Yeah, for sure. If they do lose tonight, then I'll be a little bit worrisome, and I'll go back to my original prediction of Suns in 6. But I agree with you. We shall see. As we talk right now, the Phoenix Suns are winning 16-7. It's still early in the first, but me and my towel, as soon as we're done recording this, we'll go sit our behinds in the living room and wave this beautiful thing. So that is our prediction with that. Moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals, where Ice Trey and the Greek Freak dance it out. Jake, hit me with your thoughts and your prediction.
My thoughts are, and I keep saying this, Giannis is overrated just because, I mean, I love the mentality. I wish Ben Simmons had this mentality of, I'm just going to keep jacking everything up. But it's when the Hawks, who aren't supposed to be here and are only in the conference finals because Ben Simmons had 19 points in the last 3 games. That's why the Hawks are there because Ben Simmons couldn't put up at least 2 shots in the last quarter. You can't let them do what they did to you in the first round. And you have one of the best defensive point guards in Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
And Trey Young is just he's dancing salsa with him out there and he's just spinning him around. Like you have to as a team, you have to if you shut Trey Young down, they're done for. So
Yeah.
clamp up. You guys as a team, I think your average height is 6'8". Like you're huge.
Yeah, they're extremely tall. They're extremely big.
Yeah, like clamp up and close this game in what I think is going to be 5 games.
Ice Trey has shown me to not sleep on the Hawks.
Mm-hmm. Which the evidence is there. Don't sleep on the
Yeah,
Hawks.
their route to this point is, I feel, very legit because of the 3 teams you have faced. All 3 teams are very good, or at least have shown you that during the regular season that they are very good defensive teams.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you are able to get to this point facing the Knicks, who are a good defensive team, obviously Coach Tibbs is a good defensive coach, and then the Sixers, good defensive team, and then now you're playing the Bucks, who are probably the best defensive team in the East. It says a lot. I feel Trey Young is this generation's version of Reggie Miller. Just the straight up confidence. You might call it arrogance. If you do, hey, I get it. I'm cool with that. The confidence, the swagger, man, is just out of this world. But I love it though. Talk that talk if you can back it up. Yeah, if you're not shooting good, obviously you can't still shimmy and this and that, which we haven't seen him do. But man, I just love the confidence, man, that they play with. I love that they play together as a team. So yeah, Trey's gonna get his, so to speak, or he's kind of the main focal point of that. But they do play good team basketball. Bogdanovich has cooled off really since that Knicks series where he seemed like he was on fire, couldn't really miss from three. If he can somehow pick it up, I like their chances even more. But I am going to say, give me the Hawks in 7. Realistically, though, I'll take the Bucks in 6. I would love to see a Hawks Suns finals. I think it would be cool. But I mean, Bucks Suns would also be pretty cool too, I guess. See if Greek Freak can get over that hump. But you guys let us know in the comments how you are feeling on these final round of the playoffs before the big dance. Also, too, I would love if the Suns could, win it in 5 and that series could go in 7 so they could get more rest. But hey, that's just me being selfish. But you guys let us know in the comments. Who are you feeling? Are you an Ice Tray fan? Or are you a Greek Freak? Are you sold on playoff P being back from his downfalls from the bubble, obviously, and in that Mavs series? Or are you riding with the Valiant book and company? So you guys let us know. Other off-topic news. We had so many things that have happened within this last week or two. I'm going to riddle them all off, and then we will kind of just go off the ones that really caught our attention. So starting with things down there in New Orleans. Apparently, news has reported Zion potentially not happy. It also has been reported that his family wants him out of New Orleans. Zion himself has not yet come out and said that he's not happy. Obviously, I mean, he's only going into year 3, but I don't want to expand. So I'll just keep going. I was about to expand. But moving on to another potential not happy, Luka potentially not happy. We've seen the turnaround with the Mavs, Rick Carlisle out. There was potential there that him and Luka maybe didn't get along. So Luka also hasn't come out and said he's not happy. So we will see how that plays out. Kemba Walker was traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder for some picks and Al Horford. And we had a bunch of coaches switching locations. I won't say a bunch, 2 of them so far. Or it might be 3. I might be missing a third one. Rick Carlisle, again, who was the coach of the Mavericks, is now coaching. He's returning back to the Indiana Pacers. If you remember, you old Pacers fans, that disaster in the Palace at Detroit, he was the coach. I'm not saying he created it or started it, but he was there for that when Meta World Peace was up there throwing elbows and punches at fans. So he returns home. Hopefully he can rejuvenate that franchise. And Chauncey Billups, there is 3. Yep, Chauncey was the third. Chauncey Billups accepted the head coaching job for the Portland Trail Blazers. Dame time. Hopefully it's a good move for them so that way they can keep their superstar, because many speculate that Dame might start looking to want to leave. So we'll see how that goes. And Jason Kidd returns back to the Mavericks. It was also said that Dirk Nowitzki, who is I can't remember what it is. He's got some role within the organization, wanted this hire, and they've also hired, I believe, JJ Barea to be on Jason Kidd's coaching staff. So many news has happened, and we haven't even gotten to the offseason. 1, we haven't even gotten to free agency. 2, or the draft. So this is, again, shaping up to be, a nice upcoming NBA offseason. Of course, we're still in the swing of things with the NFL, NBA playoffs. But Jake, give me some of these topics here that really stick out to you.
The Luca story. I mean, I get it. You don't really have much help, so I can see why you're frustrated. But Mark Cuban is a guy, which I can, Luka's doing it the right way. He's going straight to the guy that makes the decisions, which is Mark Cuban. No one has heard Luka himself say, "I didn't like Rick Carlisle. I don't have any help. I don't feel like you guys are backing me up."
Yeah.
It's going straight to the guy that signs everyone's paycheck, makes all the decisions. He said, "Mark, I don't have help, and I don't like this guy. Please fix it if you want me to sign that max extension."
Mm-hmm.
And Mark Cuban said, "Okay," which that's how it should be. If you're the star and your owner is one that wants to win, he's proved it
Yeah.
that he actually wants to win. He's not just putting a product out there to make money. Like it's not a toy. He's actually trying to win. So that's the one story. Zion's played 83 games. I don't feel like he has any room to
To really
decide what
say
he
it.
wants to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I agree with you on that one.
and then as far as the coaches, I'm glad Chauncey Billups is getting a shot.
Same. And I'm glad that he took his time also too to choose the right spot, because there was many speculation before he accepted a coaching role with the Clippers of him potentially taking a GM spot. I can't recall the team it was, but there were some rumors there. So I'm happy with that. My area of where that really stuck out to me was Jason Kidd to the Mavs as their head coach. I think that's going to be a really good look. It's a really good stepping stone. If there was something that I could tell Jason Kidd, because me and Jason Kidd, J Kidd are tight like that. I said this earlier, take a look at the young upcoming superstars left in the playoffs. Book, Trae Young. Look at their teams. Yes, Trae Young, Devin Booker are the franchise cornerstone pieces, but there's a team-oriented basketball there. There's a system. Create a system with Luka. But first, you have to get the players. You have to get the talent. Porzingis has got to go. Ship him to somewhere where you could, get somebody. Honestly, if you could, try to go get Miles Turner. Free Miles Turner from Indiana, man. That guy.
Yeah, that's a good
That guy's
pickup.
probably like another Aiden, but he just gets no love. Sabonis is there, so he takes all the love, I would say, so to speak. But again, J Kidd, and I think Jason Kidd and Dirk will do that franchise well, especially Dirk. I mean, he's a Mavs lifer, and J Kidd will too. I mean, that's where he won his championship. But that's what stuck out for me. I was glad that Zion didn't necessarily come out and say he was not happy, and it was more so his family, because I feel like you have the pieces. I feel like your supporting role is better than what AD had when he was there. Steven Adams, Brandon Ingram, you got
Well, they're
yourself.
trying to move Bledsoe and Adams.
I don't know if I would move Adams though.
That's what was reported, that
Yeah.
those are the two players they're looking to move this offseason. So I don't know if the Suns
Bledsoe,
themselves believe in the rest of the team. I know they believe in Brandon Ingram, but
yeah.
I don't, and I know obviously Zion, but after that, I don't know if they believe in everything else.
It sucks though, man, because I feel like you have some
Also, I don't
there.
know if Adams wants to be there.
Okay. I
So if
could understand that.
but also Adams isn't a guy that's going to go in public. If he also told,
Yeah.
the higher ups, "Hey, I know you guys traded for me, but I don't want to be here. I only have a few years left where I'm at, so I
Yeah.
want to be on a contender."
Yeah, we'll see. I do feel like the Pelicans have to they need to get it right, because you are slowly about to become the Minnesota Timberwolves, where big men go there and you just do nothing, so they want out. And obviously the NBA is led by the players. There's no franchise tag. They will leave. You will have to trade them, because they just won't, they'll want out. It'll be a big thing. So that's what we have there. You guys let us know, out of all this news, what caught your eye? Are you believing the Luka and Zion not being happy? Are you excited for the coaching gigs with the Blazers and Billups, and the Pacers and Carlisle, and the Mavs and Jason Kidd? Just one little thing on that. I do feel like this is Jason Kidd's last chance. Jason Kidd has been a head coach. This will be his third team. He
Yeah, I
was
think so too.
Brooklyn, Bucks, and now the Mavs. Nets, I'll give you somewhat of a pass. I don't know who your best player was there. I don't think he was there. I don't think D'Lo was there when he was there. But
He
I know
wasn't. I thought he was there for the big three, that KG Paul Pierce three, and he was the guy that they wanted.
Yeah, sheesh. Well, that didn't work out then. But you did have Giannis. Didn't
And
last
Giannis
long.
loved him.
Yeah, and it didn't last long. And I don't. So, and now you have Luka. So you've had good talent as far as a focal point. Maybe not so much with the Nets because the big three were big old. But this, I feel like this is it. This is your. If you can't do this with Luka, and especially with a guy like Mark Cuban and Dirk Nowitzki backing you, I don't know if you're cut out to be a head coach. You might just be a
I think he should have. I think he
assistant.
should have stayed in LA.
I kind of do also, but I do feel like if there was a opening, this Mavs opening was the best one for him. I don't think him and Lillard was going to fit. I do like the Billups and Lillard pairing. Hopefully they can do something there too to keep Lillard there, or else he's out. But you guys let us know, man. We miss you guys. Episode 10. Moving on to our hype section. We reached out for you guys, but nobody showed us any love, so we're gonna cry. But Jake, tell the people who are listening what you are hyped for, man.
All right, so I've been waiting for this segment to come on because I'm multitasking as we're doing a podcast, as you are as you're watching the Suns game. Not a lot of people know about this sport, but right now is the PDGA, which is Professional Disc Golf Association. So it is the World Championship right now. So the GOAT, let's all say for those who don't know, is Paul Macbeth. He's won 5. Hole 18, which is the last hole, he was going into 39 under par. And then he was just playing it to get par because James Conrad had a pretty bad tee shot. And then his second shot was about 50 feet to 80 feet away from where Paul's first shot was. So it was almost, this isn't happening. My guy's birdie shot throws a backhand turnover, 280 feet plus birdie. So they are now tied going into a playoff for the World Championship, and that's happening right now. So I'm super hyped for that right now. Like, it is crazy how good this championship is going on.
So how does the playoff necessarily work?
So it is holes, I screenshot it. It is holes 16, 17, and 18. And they just keep playing until, so if they birdie and birdie, or if they keep parring, whoever ends up with the best score first.
I got
That's
you.
who wins.
Okay.
So it's like it's sudden death, basically.
I got you.
So if it's the first hole and Conrad or Paul gets a bogey and the other one pars out, they win.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
But this is for the World Championship.
Yeah.
Like, it's mano a mano. There's no team backing you up. It's you.
Just you, yeah.
Can you clutch up?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm hyped about right now. It's insane.
Yeah, man. I've kind of been paying attention to it. I haven't actually like watched it, but I kind of paid attention on UDisc here and there, just kind of look at who's at the leaderboard and seeing where Brody was at.
When Jomez drops it, just go all the way to the final hole so you can see what happened, and it was absolutely insane.
I will make sure to do so. The thing that I am hyped for, I'm going to say I'm hyped for the area in which we are headed with the podcast. Again, we mentioned earlier with how we've been posting. No doubt, hopefully you who follow us on Instagram, you see the difference in our breaking news templates and just our stories, our interactions. We're playing this or that. We got other stuff lined up that I don't want to mention right now. You guys will see as we come, but we're definitely wanting to interact with you guys more through our story. Obviously, we post the daily, matchups as far as with the games, and we let you guys see, choose who you feel is going to win that game. So it's been going really good, man. And also too, we got some things lined up here in a couple of weeks. We'll start our 32 teams up until the beginning of the NFL season, the kickoff. So let us know, man, if you're listening. We are definitely looking for people who are fans of different teams to come on the show, break down your favorite team. We have a list of things that we'll, give you so you can look for to make it easier on yourself. And just come on the show, have a good time, man. No doubt, you saw Micah on the show talking some hockey. Had a good time as well with him. So that's what I'm hyped for. Again, just some closing words of, we appreciate you guys. We understand that this road is not okay, hey, we want to have 100 million subscribers and 100 million people downloading. Yeah, we would love that right now. But obviously we have to gain your trust, so to speak, of being legit and being something that you want to listen to. And so hopefully we are doing that. Our other third man, PJ, will be joining us next week. Jake won't be here. He'll be taking just a week off, much needed week off. So we look forward to that. Again, we look forward to the many things we have coming up planned, whether it's having people on the show, whether it's, stuff on our story, on our page, just, all different types of stuff we have. Again, we'll always continue to use you guys, ask for your feedback as to what you like, because, you are the regulars. You are listening to us. We're trying to sell ourselves to you to listen to us, so that way you can tell other people to listen to us. So those are my closing words. Jake, hit them with a closing words and an end piece.
All right, guys. So like Matt said, we appreciate everything. And just breaking news, the first hole, Paul went out of bounds. Conrad parked it. So it looks like Paul McBeth is not going to win the world championship. But we appreciate everything, guys. And please, like Matt said, you guys are the reason. You're the reason we want to keep growing. So if there's something we're not talking about, if there's something you guys want to mention, or if we're not mentioning a team that you guys like, it's probably because we don't know much about that team. Maybe they're not relevant to us, but they're relevant to you. So message us, tell us, hey, love the show, but where's the love for the Cincinnati Bengals when football comes around? We don't talk about them much, but if that's a team you're a fan of, let us know, talk to us. And we just want to make sure it's something you guys enjoy. This is for you guys. We're just talking sports, but we want to make sure you guys are enjoying it. So give us positive feedback, even constructive criticism. We're not afraid of it. We're trying to grow. Love you guys. Peace.
Regular Guys Podcast.